12 Signs of Self-Doubt. Oh, this self-doubt. Because of it, we always consider our losses to be regularities, and our victories to be happy accidents. We imagine ourselves to be non-entities who do not deserve a kind word. We cannot communicate, love, live normally. However, wait. Let's check if the lack of confidence in your strengths and abilities is really your problem. You miss out on a lot of opportunities not because you're too stupid or untalented, but because you're afraid to try and fail. But don't you know that he who fears defeat never wins? You often lie, wanting to show yourself to the interlocutor in an embellished way. Meanwhile, the ancients said, "Don't try to seem better than you are. You can't just stand on tiptoe for a long time." You are constantly finding new flaws in yourself. There are so many of them that if there was a sale of sins somewhere, you could get rich. But everyone has flaws, and only a self-confident person sees not only them, but also their advantages. You need someone else's approval like air. You will walk naked through Manhattan if you know that you will earn someone's praise by doing so. You've hardly heard the words of Steve Jobs. Don't let the noise of other people's opinions interrupt your inner voice. You try to be like everyone else and not stand out from the crowd. Although individuality is the only brand that will never go out of fashion. You often try to imitate someone, and this is very disappointing because the author of Moby Dick, who said, "It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation," was absolutely right. You prefer to spend time alone rather than in the company because this way people will be less likely to recognize your imaginary worthlessness. But Antoine de Saint-Exupéry believed, "A friend is created in order to accept you as you are." You are madly afraid of change because you are not sure that you will be able to cope with what life will bring you. And you don't trust Confucius at all, who said, "Changes most often happen exactly at the moment when they are needed." You have a wide variety of fears, but you masterfully grow new ones. And this is very bad, because he who lives in fear, he dies of fear. It's hard for you to have long conversations with people. You find it difficult to choose words. You are afraid to say too much. You stumble. But for success in life, the ability to communicate is sometimes much more important than having talent. Sometimes you start behaving unbearably, trying to assert yourself at the expense of others. Although it has been known for a long time, self-affirmation humiliating others can only be done by someone who in reality is nothing of himself. Sometimes you show aggression, which is based on confusion and irritation with yourself. As Paulo Coelho wrote, "A wise man understands that the aggression of another person is his/her request for love." Solution methods. If you have come to the conclusion that you suffer from self-doubt, and this is the only thing you are sure of, that's not bad. At least you have identified the problem. Now it's time to plan ways to fight it. Try to control your thoughts, directing them away from fears towards hopes and plans. One great man said, "The only one who thinks positively has a solution for any problem. The one who thinks negatively has a problem in every solution." Train yourself not to be afraid to let something new into your life. As successful people say, every change brings new opportunities. Do not stay idle. It is the best soil for depression and fears. Any psychologist will confirm. Fear disappears when you start doing what you are afraid of, instead of thinking about it. Don't give up on your goal halfway through. Yes, you may lose, but as the famous aphorism says, defeat is when you put up with it, and if you do not reconcile, then this is a temporary fail. Don't compare yourself with others. You are you, and there is no other such person on earth. As one famous esoteric wrote, when you yourself recognize the splendor of your individuality, others will have nothing left but to agree. Allow yourself to be imperfect. Barbra Streisand claimed, "Even perfection must contain a small flaw, because everything perfect is lifeless and boring." If the situation is serious enough, contact a specialist. As they say, a psychologist is not someone who knows the answer to questions, but someone who knows how to look for them. Together, you will certainly find a way out.